Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Connor Everything, and I wanted to do a just a React video and share some of my thoughts about the Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp that's coming out, I believe, April 20th. So it's right around the corner, just a couple more weeks. If you didn't know, this game is going to cover Advanced Wars 1 and Advanced Wars 2 that were released on the Game Boy Advance. And that's it. I grew up on Dual Strike. That's the game where I learned. That's the game that I played on I would play it all the time on my DS up until I figured out that there was Advanced Wars by web on the internet for free. I was like, this is amazing. I can just play for free with my friends and stuff like that. But I played this game, but I played it on an emulator on my phone when I heard that this game was coming out. And that's something that I regret doing. I should have just waited until this came out and then I experienced it for the first time. So I'm thinking about doing a playthrough on my channel. Just comment on I'll probably do like 2 missions per video while I'm commenting on them and just share them on this video. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. I will definitely do that. I think they've made some changes to this when they since the first basically announcement video. I think the graphics look crisper. I think the units look much better. And I think it's all positive changes. I still have some gripes and opinions that I wanted to share with everybody. My face cam is kind of in an awkward place because I took one take of recording this video and I can't just put my face in the corner. There's all sorts of things in the corners that I need to talk about. So I'm just gonna leave my face cam here. I know it looks kind of weird, but I want you guys to see my reaction to it too. Okay, so here we go.
Tan Hut, up and at 'em, recruit. Today begins your basic training for the Advanced Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp game. This game features tactical turn-based battles and a colorful cast of characters.
Andy. Okay, so here's Lash's character model blown up, kind of reacting. I don't like when games do this. I loved how serious Advanced Wars Dual Strike was. I love the serious tone of it. Her sprite in Advanced Wars Dual Strike was so cool because it showed that she was crazy, but it also showed that she was in charge and serious. Like she was kind of looking forward. Her hair also looked a little bit more scruffy, but in this one it looks too cartoony. I know that's the style, but I miss the pixel art-esque style of Advanced Wars Dual Strike. Also, I hate when people animate people in just weird poses like this. Nobody does this. No human being does this. It's just weird. Like why are you doing that? You want this person to be taken seriously? It's just like I get that it's cartoony, but it's also tanks and missiles and people dying. So a little weird that they decided to go with this I'm just a giddy silly little girl direction when she's supposed to be kind of nuts but also in charge. Not a big fan.
Keep you on your toes. We'll cover
Sammy
some
looks
strategies
good.
To make sure you're
okay. So look at these battlecopters. I think they changed the sprite of the battlecopters, and I think they look so good now. From what I remember, the battlecopters just kind of used to look like a tank with rotors. Like they just looked blocky and bad. But now I think they look so good.
Tip-top shape when you hit the battlefield.
The battle scenes, I like it. I think they look good.
While you work your way through the 2 separate story
right here. Look at this. I love this. Look at Flak just looking just like a big, grease monkey juice head. Love that look for him. I love Adder. He looks like a snake. If you didn't know, he's named after an adder snake. I only say that because I found out within the last year, so make fun of me for that. I like how Lash looks in this. I like how her hair looks better in this kind of up and down section. And look at her. She looks crazy, but she looks in charge. Putting her in this pose is so stupid and just... First of all, no human being makes that pose. Second of all, this is a commanding officer. They wouldn't do that. Their soldiers would take one look at her and go, "Okay, weirdo. I thought we had a commander in charge." Here she looks crazy but in charge. I like it. And Hawk, my boy Hawk, he's looking good. I like this. And if you know how his story goes in Advance Wars Dual Strike, you'll know kind of what's going on through his mind right now. And they captured his attitude towards Black Hole perfectly. I love it.
You'll control several different commanding
I'm going to try to pause this right now. Or hold on, right
referred to as
now. Okay, so we've seen Kanbai, and we've seen all these other people before. I like Kanbai looks. How Kanbai looks. If you want, I can do a video breaking down exactly how I think each CO looks. If you guys would want that. This is how Sensei looks. I don't know. I think the goggles look so goofy. Like, why would you not just space them out? Like, space them out a little bit more. What is the point of having these tiny little together goggles? Like, he looks geriatric from the nose up, but from the nose down, he doesn't look like crazy at all. He actually looks pretty stoic and serious about the battle. He just looks old. But like, this stupid helmet and glasses, like these are not what helicopters, pilots' glasses look like. They're not kinked like that. They're not really close together. Just goofy. I think everyone else looks pretty good.
Defending from
Kanbai
opposing
looks
nations.
great. Eagle looks great.
But before we
Olaf
get into
looks
the
awesome.
nitty-gritty, let's make sure you
Okay, I wanted to talk. I definitely wanted to break down
commonly
now.
referred to as COs. Your mission: defending from opposing nations. But before we get into
Okay, so I love how the battleships look. I love how the subs look. I think the units look so good, and I think they upgraded the battle scenes. Okay, so Nell in Dual Strike had a pantsuit on, and she was like a serious commander. Like, she looked like the CEO of a company. She looked like she demanded respect. What did they do to my girl Nell? Look at this. She just looks like this ditzy little hee. Oh, what am I doing here, guys? Oh, I'm Nell. She looks horrible. What is this suit? Hold on. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, come on.
Nations.
So her suit is now this like custom suit that like
get into the nitty-gritty.
It's this custom suit that like hugs her waist and like makes her boobs look unnecessarily big. I hate when they do that. Why couldn't she just be badass like she was in Dual Strike? Why couldn't she just be a regular suit? Nobody has an outfit that looks like this. Imagine the custom tailor job you'd have an outfit that looks exactly like this. It looks terrible. And then, I mean, what could you do about her hair? She's blonde, so, you know, I just think she looks really ditzy and bad.
Let's make sure you understand
the basics of battle.
Maps are grid-based, and units can only move a certain number of spaces per turn. Depending on their type, some units can cover more distance, and others have advantages on different terrain. For example, soldiers can only move so far because they're on foot, but vehicles can cover a lot more ground. Now, when it comes to crossing a forest or
this
mountain
is all
range,
stuff you know
your
if,
soldiers are better suited for the
if
trek.
you played before.
March! A unit's type also determines.
Look at here. I'll pause it. Okay, here we go. Black Hole soldiers. What am I looking at? I think all the other tanks and the battleships and the copters look great. What is this? This is like a Bubble Boy suit with the rubber boots from SpongeBob, from the episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs gives SpongeBob the boots and they squeak and they got to get rid of them. That's what these look like. And then they got this dopey giant. Look at this. This thing is hitting at like their chest. Look at how bad these look. And then what is this little dopey little tube? Oh, for oxygen? You're on planet Earth, Brainiac. You can breathe the air. These suits from Advanced Wars Dual Strike and all the ones before, they actually looked like armor. Like they were skin tight, and then the helmet actually kind of hit at their chin, so it kind of looked like almost like a protective helmet from like smoke and stuff like that. What is this? The hazmat suits from E.T.? These look disgusting. I hate them. I think Adder looks good. I think Sonya looks good. Look at Sonya's reaction.
Only attack a
like, I love that. She's like, yeah, all according to plan. Love it, because that's her whole character. Adder looks pissed.
But artillery units can cause damage from further away. As units take damage and lose HP.
Okay. Oh, I love the look. Of the battleships.
They also inflict less damage on their foes. You do have the option to join units together, though, healing them back up and replenishing their ammo. Once your units have acted and you end the turn, Your opponent gets to make their
here
move.
it is in that stupid position again. Look at the black hole battleships. They flip up. Boo, 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 boo. Really cool. Really cool.
Now, let's cover
Nell looks
how
horrible.
you can gain.
The tactical advantage.
In a typical battle, you'll need to capture your opponent's HQ or defeat all their units to secure the win. We have a good number of units on the battlefields, but we could use a little extra firepower. By selecting one of your controlled bases, you can build more units, assuming you have the funds. More controlled properties equals more moolah.
Gold Rush.
You'll want to deploy units that are effective against the opposition.
This is a max artillery. That would never happen. That's kind of funny.
There's no such thing as the perfect army.
There's Colin.
So I recommend experimenting with all types to adapt to the situation.
I love the battle copter, the battle copter missiles. In all the other games, the missiles, I always thought it was weird. The missiles just kind of drop to the earth, like they go, boo. They just kind of fall off the battle copter. It looks really weak. These are like Apache missiles, shooting at ground level. I really like that change. Really well done.
Perfect timing.
I love Lash's emote here. This is Lash's like pouting, like I know I said I didn't really like her character model, but here she just looks like a spoiled brat that even though something didn't go her way, she's not like reflecting on it. She's just like, I didn't deserve this, you know? I like that look. I think it looks good.
To introduce
CO powers.
During exchanges with your opponents, this meter will fill up, and you'll be able to use a CO power. Extraordinary abilities.
All right, I love what they did with the CO powers. Here comes Sammy. Double time, and then the smoke. Whoosh. Really cool. Really, really cool. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got to break this down. Here comes Andy's voice line.
I can fix anything.
One more.
Tide of battle.
I can fix anything.
I can fix anything. He sounds like he is 7 years old. I can fix anything. First of all, he's obviously voiced by a girl. He's a boy. I hate when they do that. Second of all, he sounds like he's 7 years old. He sounds like Timmy Turner. What are they doing letting a 7-year-old mechanic run an entire army? I understand Colin, because at least Colin, like, he comes from money and his dad got him the job. That's cool character writing. What is this? Why in the world would you make him sound like that? It's horrible. It's horrible.
The Orange Star's Andy can use a CO power called Hyper Repair.
Hyper Repair looks good.
This restores HP to all his units and increases their defense.
Here comes Eagle.
Ready for attack.
Increases their defense.
We'll go here. We'll go again.
Ready for attack.
Ready for attack. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think Eagle's goggles look pretty goofy. I think his hair looks cool, but his goggles are like oversized and goofy looking. I liked how they were a little smaller in Dual Strike. Ready for attack. Low voice. I don't know. The problem with voice acting is the same problem you have with like books and stuff is you picture them sounding one way, and then when they don't sound the way that you think they ought to sound, you're like, oh, that's not the way they sound, but in actuality, who cares? I don't know. I definitely want to hear your guys' opinions on the two voice lines. These are the only two, I think. I think you hear a little bit of grit. If you've heard Hachi's in the other video, it's horrendously bad. That is not how Hachi sounds. He's like, welcome. That is not how Hachi sounds. But and I think we can all agree on that. But what do you think? What do you think of Eagle?
The Green Earth Army has a CO power called Lightning.
So cool! Look at that! Look at that! Bam! Sit back. Lightning strike. So cool.
Units that have already acted.
Man, okay. See, they did a good job. You got to give them praise where they deserve it.
There's a wide variety of
Blizzard. I love this. Woo! So cool. Enhanced vision. Her whole thing is like she's a thinker, right? Like she's really analytical. So here's the binary, and yep, I know exactly what to do. Oh my god, that's so clever. Like that is really, really clever. Whoever came up with this, and then you see the enhanced vision go dee doo dee doo. Here, I'll one more time. The enhanced vision comes in and it glitches. That's so cool. Really like that. Okay, here is a change that's not really controversial, but it's just a change.
Your play style.
Squall? What's Squall? Well, his old normal CO used to be Typhoon, it used to be Tsunami. And I guess they thought that it was a little controversial considering tsunamis are really, really kind of devastating things, and they're not really to be joked about, I'm starting to think that they changed it from Tsunami because I believe in the time in between Dual Strike and this game, a tsunami actually hit Japan that was really, really devastating, and I think people are still dealing with the fallout of that. So they renamed it from Tsunami to Squall. I mean, if you have an issue with that, what's wrong with you? Who cares? It's a very minor change, and it's kind of a cool name. A squall is just like a storm that happens all of a sudden. Like, oh my god, that like it's almost like you're cooking the dishes or you're cooking food. You look up out the window and there's a storm. It's like a squall just hit you, which actually fits what this is perfectly. A sudden storm that damages everybody by one, so it fits him better.
Ba-boom!
Barbaric blow! Let's go! Look at how freaking juiced this guy looks.
By the way, this version of Advance
Wars... Okay, look at Jess. I love Jess. Love what they did to Jess. She looks so stoic and serious and just like hard. Just like Amazonian. Get out of my way. Love it.
Handy new features.
Hawk looking great.
Want to speed up the action? Just hold down the ZR button to cruise through dialogue.
This is a nice feature.
And combat.
This is a nice feature. Just to make it go quick.
Also, a shiny new reset turn option.
Okay, pretty cool. If you're playing single player mode, you have the option to reset your turn. This was already possible in the other games. All you would have to do is save your game. If you didn't like how the turn went, you would just reload your game. And I am not ashamed to say that I never ever even thought about doing that. I'm serious. I feel stupid not thinking about doing that. But I always played the game just how it was meant to be played, right? Like you play a full playthrough. If you get defeated, you start again from the beginning. I had never thought to do that. It's a very smart idea, and they realize that if they're gonna give you the option to reload your game, why not just give them a turn redo button? I think that was really smart.
That allows you to, you guessed
Get out of my face now. You look
reset the
terrible.
current turn.
Put a shirt on.
Following along so far? Good, because we're not done yet.
Max,
Hoorah!
look at this.
If the
Max Force! Bam! Get this guy. I gotta get a picture of this guy set up at my gym. Look at this. Damn. God, he looks so good. I love that. Boom! Max Force just pop.
allows you to, you
So
guessed it,
cool.
reset the current turn.
So cool.
Following along so far? Good, because we're not done yet. Hoorah!
Bam! Look at his hair. Oh, man. So
your
cool.
hand at
They did such a good job with the CO powers. Love
Sure,
them.
you can test your tactical prowess in a wide array of different challenges with the CO of your choice. Try
Cool.
to get the top ranking. Still want more? Then try
Versus mode.
square off locally against up to 3 human or computer
So
opponents.
notice locally you can go. It's up to 4, and it's this huge
on one
sprawling
Nintendo
map.
Switch system, or wirelessly across 4 systems if each player has the game. Looking for more colorful battles elsewhere? Then take your tactical mind to the internet in
Online mode.
Okay, now look at online. They announced previously that custom maps that you make can be uploaded to online, but I believe they also announced that the max board size you can make for custom maps is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think the max size was 10 by 15. So this might be all we're getting for online play, which is so there's 2 approaches to this. One, first when I saw this, I got angry because all Nintendo has to do is go onto Advance Wars by Web and see how they're doing it and replicate that exactly. That's all they have to do. It would be so easy. The other way to think about this, and this is just a theory, is, well, maybe they saw Advanced Wars by Web and they knew that they could never replace it, and they just said, let's not focus on the online. Let's only polish up the story. I think, I don't really know What? I don't really know.
You and a
I don't
friend
know.
can compete head-to-head in an all-out tactical tussle. You'll both need a Nintendo Switch system and the game, as well as active Nintendo Switch Online memberships. There are a few other modes where you can spend some time, including
the design room.
So look at the design room.
Here, you can create.
You see, this looks like the maximum you can make.
Share them online,
but
or through a local
I noticed
wireless
something when I
connection.
watched this for the first time. Hold
You can
on.
also pay
15 by 10. It says online okay. Yeah, it must be it. There it is. It's 15 by 10 and it says online okay. So that must be it. Oh, wait.
Call.
Wait. Look. Wait. Look at that. But wait a minute. They adjusted it to 17 by 10. So what is the max online size? They announced that there was a max online size. Did they change it? That would be nice. That would be real. Oh man, I am so much more excited now. Time will just tell. We will just have to wait and see.
Hachi Shop.
The Orange Star
I think Hachi looks terrible. Like he looks like he's been doing pretty hard drugs. Like all the color has been drained from his face. Why is his eyebrow a straight up block? Like he's supposed to be this kind of wise old cracker, and he just looks terrible.
Hachi
and you never see his eyeballs because he squints all the time. And yeah, you know, back in the old games, he just looks content. Here he just he doesn't look sure of himself. He looks like he's trying to barter with you, which is the name of his power, so that makes sense. But I liked his look in the old games when he looked more just sure of himself and just more wise.
Separate you from your in-game coins in exchange for additional battle maps, COs who can be used in the War Room and multiplayer modes, and more. Finally, there's an in-game
gallery.
This is cool. This is a new thing that they added. This is cool. I like it. Why not?
Shop, among other assorted sundries.
Get ready for Lucky Star. Looks cool. This looks... God, all the CO powers look cool. I can't say it enough. Here's Colin. Gold Rush. Very cool. I like Colin's looks, and I like Gold Rush. I like how Colin is very by the books, and that's why he's not so sure of himself, because War is not by the books. I like that. I think they captured it very well. So here's Jess's full sprite. They gave her the stupid giant, just the goofy giant tank shell again. I think it looks so dumb. I loved how she looked in Dual Strike, and I loved what they did with her hair in this game. I think her face looks great. This is the victory screen. I like it. I like the victory screen. But Jess's design with this freaking... This is even how big a tank shell is, guys. This is not how big a tank shell is. So at least I'm pretty sure. So I don't know what they were thinking. I think it looks so bad.
We've reached the end of your training. Ready to show off everything you've learned? Prove you've got what it takes when Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp marches on to Nintendo Switch April 21st. You can be ready to deploy on launch day by pre-ordering the game on Nintendo eShop.
That's it. All right, that was it. That was the trailer. I'll rewind it so I have a black screen here. Okay, that was the trailer. Let me know how excited you guys are for it. The one thing that I can say that I think they need to change is some of the normal powers. Like Sensei and Colin's normal powers are ridiculously disgusting. Advanced Wars 2 Max is really, really good. And then also like Kanbei, I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but Kanbei, he himself is completely disgusting. It's like plus 20 to attack and 30 to defense. How would you ever expect anybody to play against that competitively? And that's why I think they're really not focused on competitive. Because if this is a true remake to what it was, all those flaws will be in there. The unbalance will still be in there. But if they balance it, suddenly it's not a true remake, and I can see people getting mad. Not me. I would love it to be balanced, but we'll see what they do. Okay, that's it. If you like this content, let me know, and I will react to the next news we get about it. I'm sure there'll be more news in the coming weeks before the release date, or just things to watch before the release date, and I'll do that. If you thought this was cringe, you can just unsub from me and block me on all social media. That's fine. But let me know, and a last thing is let me know if you would like to see a Let's Play of 1 and 2, or if you just want me to do replay commentaries or whatever. Just give me a comment in the comments. And Egg Cup Game 3 coming up soon. It hasn't started yet, but I'll play it as fast as I can and get a video out to let you guys know how to play it and how I'm doing in that journey. All right, thanks, guys.